Oh, there we go.
Hey,
What's up, dude? How's it going?
I'm good. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can. We should
Okay.
uh
What's up?
we should
How are
start by
you?
just telling people a little bit about yourself. Um,
Oh, okay. So I'm assuming they all know my name. My name is Ifesina Ojiekwe. I'm from Nigeria and I'm a storyboard artist. Currently working with Lex and Otis, and I was previously working with Nickelodeon, but freelance story artist, anyways.
yeah, and you worked with us a little bit at DreamWorks.
Yeah, I did. I
Yep.
keep forgetting a lot of stuff I've done, and I
Uh,
haven't done much. But yes, I also recently did some stuff with DreamWorks.
yeah, so I met Ife. God, I don't even know how many years ago I started seeing your stuff.
Like 2015, 2016.
Okay.
Yeah,
Um, and I was
because
like,
I remember because I remember I did that course, how to Rad course with you in like 2017 ish. I think, yeah, 2017. Or
awesome.
20. I don't remember. I don't remember exactly when, but I know I did that course between 16 or 17.
Yeah, I was impressed. You were so fast. It was like you would crank out scenes like I was like, dude, if this guy was in LA, he'd be killing it.
Oh man, thank you. I mean, I one of the reasons was I don't remember where exactly I heard that. Someone said if you're not in LA and you want to make it as a story artist, you have to be twice as good as the guys in LA.
Yeah.
Yeah, so yeah, that kind of motivated me to try my best and like keep working. I still have a long way to go though.
um, Tell me a little bit about what it's like growing up in Nigeria as like an artist.
Oh, wow! Being an artist in Nigeria, you okay? So I'm from a family of seven. I have six older siblings. Yeah, and they are really way older than I am. So. Uh, I don't even think I met my eldest sister until I was 16, but she had already grown grad. Yeah. So trying to when I was younger, I always said to my mom I wanted to like do comics because my elder brother would always get like Archie comics and then show me, and yeah, it piqued my interest, so I wanted to do it. And I remember saying I wanted to get into art and do comics, and she would ask me things like, "Do people do that as a job?" I mean, because I think they just do it as a hobby, and I'm like, "Yeah, I'm sure they do it as a gig." So growing up in Nigeria and trying to be an artist is really tough because, for one, we only just recently did people start seeing what we do as an occupation. They would always think it's just drawing for fun. I remember when I graduated from high school and I ran into one of my friends from high school, and he asked me, do you still draw? And I'm like, yeah. And he said, so you don't want to go get a proper job? And I said, well, this is my job now. So yeah, it's in I think it's a general thing, probably in any home in Nigeria or Africa where you want to do something not conventional, like being a doctor or a lawyer. If you want to do music, they think you're going to be broke. If you want to
Yeah.
create art, they yeah. So it was like
I'm
that for me.
I'm kind of curious. So you I assume you probably make LA wages. Like you probably make the same thing you'd be making out here.
Well, pretty much
Yeah.
close. Yeah,
Yeah. um
yeah, I do. I
is
do.
because like when I
So
graduated from engineering school,
yeah.
all my friends that were getting engineering jobs, were making about $40,000 a year less than my friends who were coming out of art school and getting art jobs. And I was like, wait a minute, there's more money in being an artist than being an engineer.
Well, in animation, I guess, and maybe coming like where you're coming from, because I remember when I wanted to do storyboarding, I wanted to be a story artist. A lot of people who were like into comics told me, "Yo, you know, no one would hire you because films here they rarely use story artists or stuff like that." So
Yeah,
yeah. So I didn't care. I only wanted to do it because I knew I wanted to do animation, and I liked the direction of like stories and stuff like that. And so I was like, I don't care. I'll just do it. I guess I'll be broke for a while.
yeah. And so you did go to college, right? You went for something for a
I
little
did.
bit, or
I did, but I did.
were you going to be a doctor, or what were you going to
No,
do?
no, no, no. I was actually going to be an artist. I was
Okay,
studying for so I went to art school to study fine arts. Initially, I went to I thought they thought I was very naive and ignorant. So while I was in high school, I had friends who were in college who were like studying arts, and in my mind I thought they taught them how to draw comics, make cartoons. Stupid me. So I applied, I got in, and boom, voila, I realized, oh shit, we don't draw comics here. As a matter of fact, in my drawing classes, the lecturers would make fun of my drawings because they're like, dude, you're
yeah.
like making cartoons, anime. Yeah, like it doesn't look
It
realistic,
it's
stuff
the
like that.
same thing in the U.S. It's the same thing.
Yeah.
It's like, wait, you're doing like Picasso type stuff. I wanted to draw cartoons.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly. Yeah. I was like, what the fuck? So when I would paint, because they would ask us to paint stuff, I would paint it like cell shading because that's the only shit I knew. So
yeah.
I painted it exactly like that. And then lecturer, what are you doing? Yeah,
Yeah,
it was hard for me. So I started losing interest because what I wanted to do wasn't being taught to me. I could only find stuff like that on social media, and this was when I first got introduced to deviant art by a couple friends of mine, Harrison and another friend. His name is he's an IG as art nerd. So he
yeah,
told me, "Yo, post your stuff on deviant art." I didn't know what that was, so I was like, "What is that?" And then he showed me. I went, wow, a shit ton of art and resource and stuff that I could learn from. So I was looking at that and making comics.
yeah,
Yeah. Fast forward in my final year of college, my final year, first semester, I just went home. Okay, what made me go home was I was writing a project on cartooning, and my supervisor looked at it and he didn't like the topic, so he made me change it. Now I was writing on cartooning, something I think I know about a little bit about,
yeah,
and if I was going to do research, I wouldn't stress myself much. But he wanted me to go write some shit about something I've never heard, like some art theory stuff. And I
yeah,
didn't want to do that. I'm lazy with that stuff. I was like, you know what? I'm done. And I
yeah.
remember my friend then, she was like, are you joking? I said, no, I'm not coming. I would always come to school, but I would never do nothing. I'll just chill and be watching them. I'm so oh God. I'm so unserious.
When I was in engineering school, I used to drive down. I probably shouldn't say this publicly. I used to drive down and sneak into art center and draw there.
Yeah.
And the professor, he kind of taught me how to draw. And he one day he comes up to me and he goes, "You're not a student here, are you?" And I go, "No." And he goes, get the fuck out of here." And I'm like, "Oh shit." And he's like, "No, I'm just messing with you. Even my own students who pay for this class don't show up. I am so happy there's somebody
Are
here
you
who wants to
serious?
draw." And he let me
Oh,
sit in.
I remember like when the only class I ever enjoyed really was my drawing classes because they would teach figure drawings and I would always show up for like all the drawing classes. I would always
Yeah.
show up. It
So
was
like,
I mean it was fun then.
so what's like, I'm just curious about the whole scene in Nigeria. There's not a lot, like, it's is it are there like studios you could go work for, or is it all independent? Are there a lot of people like you in Nigeria?
Yeah, there okay. There are studios, but they're kind of like independent studios. So just imagine me and a friend, we just come together and we're like, hey, why don't we, open up a studio? So we're like, it's funny and not like I don't want to hate or anything, but you would need money to fund yourself, and a lot of people don't believe in animation, or even if they do, they expect return immediately. Like, so if I'm going to
Yeah,
invest in your studio to make this whatever fucking film you guys want to make, I expect it to make me money next year, and
yeah,
sometimes it doesn't work like that. So there are a bunch of like couple of studios. I mean, they're turning out good stuff. They just don't have the resource, basically finance, to push themselves. And so some studios will rely on doing gigs for advertising agencies. You know,
uh-huh, yeah,
yeah. So they are mostly like independent studios. Not,
yeah.
yeah.
And
Listen,
um, I, I'm curious to kind of ask you about
sure.
because like Nigeria's been in the news a lot lately.
Yeah, I
Uh,
know.
has that been affecting you?
Well, mentally, yes, but like it hasn't slowed me down from working. But a lot of the news is like depressing, and when it first started happening, it affected me because I think the service provider, my internet service provider, they shut down their stuff so they would slow the protesters like down. Like, we a lot of the protesters who were in the ground on the ground when the shooting happened were on IG live. So yeah,
Yeah,
like other than that, like it hasn't really affected me much, just psychologically, because looking at the stories and how the government lies, it's depressing as fuck. Pardon my friend. Yeah,
yeah.
it's just annoying. So that's the only thing that has affected me. But I remember one time I was talking to a friend, and I told him I was really upset, and I was getting an email from a project I'm working on, the director, and was asking me, hey, I hope you're good, but your sequence is due tomorrow. And I was like pissed because I hadn't drawn it, and for some reason I was down just from consuming all the silly stuff going on the news. So I was like, yo, this dude didn't even ask me what's going on, in your country and stuff. But I realized like I don't have to slow myself down just because that shit is happening. So no, it hasn't
That's
affected me.
Man, that's tough.
A lot
I
of the
know.
government policies
Um,
do affect me though, and some other artists, not just me. Like, yeah, a lot of like the government policies affect a shit ton of creators here because yeah, like Nigerians. One thing I give it to us, and it's not like being braggadocious. Nigerians are fucking hardworking. Like they would make a way, and I guess because we're used to toiling,
yeah,
we like if anything is difficult, we just think, oh, I'll just toil through it and get through it. So, a lot of people who are like making it as artists here or YouTubers, the some of the government policies kind of fucks up what we do.
yeah,
Especially, yeah, yeah, it does. I'll give you an example. I remember one time the the central bank here did some stuff where they shut down because they said they wanted to cramp down on like internet fraudsters and whatever. So they did shut down some payment stuff, and then at the time, the studio I was with at the time couldn't pay me, so they
Yeah.
were fucking up with my money. Yeah, so a lot of the stuff, the policies they do affect, and what makes it sad is they will put those things in place to stop the so-called criminals, but it doesn't stop them. It only stops someone who makes a decent living, like me or
Yeah.
someone else who makes YouTube videos. Yeah, so
Yeah. And then do you get targeted by like,
like SARS.
yeah,
I don't go out much, but I fit the description. I mean, I really do fit the description. I have colored hair. I I have an iPhone. Like, I have people who have legit walked up to me, like young people who are like, "Yo, are you?" They'll ask me stuff like, "What's up? Do you do?" So we have like a coded slang. Do you do G? That's what they call it, G, and that means, "Are you a fraudster?" And I'm like,
um,
"No, I'm not a fraudster." Yeah, so I guess I fit the description, and a lot of young Nigerians too do fit the description, but
yeah,
not everyone does that. So I won't say I'm targeted because I don't go out much, but if
yeah,
I would run into them, I'll be harassed. I definitely will be harassed. Like the people who have been killed, I don't see the difference from between them and me because they almost look exactly like me.
yeah.
They
That's
dress the
scary.
same way. Yeah, it is. But it's I guess the thing is Nigeria, the problem is people in power they've remained untouchable for so long. You think they could get away with stuff.
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
also,
So,
it seems like it, you, it feels like you guys got plundered. You know what I mean? Like all your
yes.
resources got stolen.
Yes. Yeah. The thing is, I keep wondering how someone would. There's this. I read this somewhere. It was someone that said I mean, it's sad, but the African man would take his resources to go develop or to go flaunt for the people in the West and leave his own into his own home to rot. So what the ruling class of Nigeria would do is, they make a shit ton of money, send their kids out there to go study, do some cool stuff, and then take the money and go buy a house somewhere in Dubai or some fancy place, and we don't have anything here. So the lower class or the middle class, whatever, I don't even think there's a middle class in Nigeria, but the middle class who are left with nothing but to struggle and complain, and it doesn't change. Nothing ever changes.
Yeah.
But we're trying to
Are
make sure that shit changes now.
do
Yeah.
you feel a responsibility? Like, do you feel like you need to grow a studio out there, or are you in your mind are you like, man, I'm trying to get
Okay.
out and work at Disney or whatever?
Oh, I mean, I do have both thoughts. I'll be honest. I want to get the fuck out of there. I want to go to LA. I want to move to somewhere like LA or like South
Yeah.
Korea and like, do some cool stuff. Like meet some artists that have always inspired me. But I also want to grow something here because I mean, if we all run and go away and don't even think about coming back, nothing would change. I mean, I don't think I'm in a position right now to start a studio or start anything. I don't even want to do that right now until I have like experience. Like I have to probably move to LA and get like all that experience and all that stuff, and then I know, okay,
Yeah.
I'm ready, I'm equipped. Then I can come here and start small and start something. Because
Yeah.
if I don't do it, or if someone else doesn't do, if my generation don't do shit, the next generation will have like more struggles, and you know,
Oh, Andre is on here. We
yeah.
have a huge Nigerian community out here in LA.
Yeah, I know that. I noticed. I do like. I don't know how to pronounce his name, and that's sad. But he was on Kipo Chibu.
Chibu, yeah.
Yeah,
He
he's in that.
he I think was living in Atlanta.
Okay, for
Um,
real.
and then he moved out to LA. But like we have a big community even in LA. Um, people
I
in LA
saw
have
what
no idea
Matthew
we have a
Matthew
studio.
wrote. He said people in LA don't know that. That's not totally true, you know, my bro. I mean, but I get what he's saying.
You know, it's anytime money gets involved at a certain level, it becomes it becomes difficult to make what you think you should make. You know what I mean? Like if you really want to make something great, the second money gets involved, you get pulled in weird directions, you know?
Yeah, I
Um,
know that is actually true. Um, I,
there's a cool little community in SoCal.
I'm sorry, what?
I used to skate with this dude Isaiah. I don't know if he's on here right now. Uh,
Okay.
his dad was from Nigeria, and he had I think he had like a goat farm, and he used to
He had a
chop
goat
up.
farm.
He used to butcher the goats and then just sell it to the Nigerians in the community because they were used to getting their meat a certain way.
Yeah. Oh, are you kidding me? That's dope. All the way in LA, he had a goat farm.
Well, the goat farm's outside of LA, but then he lives in LA.
Okay. Yeah, because I'm like wondering where would the goat farm be in LA? Like, I mean,
There's a lot of farms right outside of LA and like Palmdale and Modesto. Like LA's like
yeah.
or California's a huge farming country. Like the all if you drive from Los Angeles to San Francisco, you just drive
Mm.
through farms for what is it, 4 or 5 hours?
Oh wow, are you serious? I mean, I didn't know you guys like have stuff like that out there.
It's all
San
there's
Francisco is
almost
somewhere I would like to go to.
my stepdad's a farmer, so sometimes I'll go up to Modesto, but it's just all
Okay.
farming. It's like peach farms and walnuts and I don't know, all kinds.
Yeah. I mean, I
Um,
love to visit San Francisco though. I mean, it looks nice when I Google it.
have you flown out? Have you visited at all?
Like anywhere outside Nigeria.
Yeah,
Yeah, Ghana. Just Ghana is like behind there. I think a friend of mine is from there, Kofi.
Kofi. Yeah.
Yeah, I went for my sister's um I think she had just gotten admitted into college like in her freshman year. I had already
Mm-hmm.
dropped out. No, wait, was I don't remember exactly when this was. So I actually went for my sister's. Yeah. I only spent like 2 days there, but I've never like been anywhere. Sad. I'm sure like
Yeah,
people
you
in
should.
like the comments will laugh at me.
You get when this COVID thing ends, you got to fly out to LA and visit everybody.
Yeah, I'm actually gonna try that. For real.
That'd be
Yeah,
dope.
I'll hit you up with something cool in the DMs. It's like a private stuff.
Cool, cool.
Yeah, I'm sorry, guys. I can't divulge that here.
What about questions? Do any of you guys in the IG chat have any questions?
I'm sorry, what? The you mean
I
the
was
guys
just
on
saying,
the chat? Yeah.
yeah, I was seeing if
Hey,
anybody
someone
in the
says
chat
you
has
guys
any
should fly
questions.
me out in LA. Yeah, I support that. Okay. Uh, Wait, Rad, are you into like basketball? Because I
No,
have a hater in there.
I know Matt is. He's
I have
super.
multiple haters. Look at Jordan talking about Rockets. Like shit. Tell you.
Can we fly him
I
out to
used
LA?
to let me tell you something funny. When I was like younger, when I was like high school, man, I used to think I would fuck. This is embarrassing to say, but I used to think I would go to the NBA all the way from Nigeria.
Oh shit.
Yeah, okay. So I used to play basketball for fun, and soccer too. But I I was I mean I was pretty decent. I wouldn't say I was like super good, but I was very decent. And then
Yeah.
I have a friend that who would like he was like I should I should try and like move out to the US and like I'll probably get into college and play professional basketball and get drafted to the NBA. Bruh, it's like I'm so glad I tossed that dream aside because yeah, I'm so glad I did because man, I love what I'm doing now. this was when I was all over the place. I was doing arts, playing ball, just trying to figure myself out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Someone asked how you warm up when you're drawing.
How is life as an artist in these current times? I'll say great. I mean, I know people will say 2020 has been a bad year. I wouldn't say. I mean, it's been a bad year for real, like with a lot of dirt and all the things that have happened. But also, I have a bright story out of it because I did a shit ton of work this year that I'm proud of, and also taught me like a lot. I did learn a lot too. So
Yeah.
life as an artist in these times has it's been trying, but not so bad.
Yeah. Um, uh, you see some other questions?
The question about time charts, I don't know. I'll be honest, I don't. I'm still trying to
The,
figure that.
somebody asked how you warm up before you storyboard. Do you warm up or do you just go right in?
Oh, okay. So I have a timetable. A friend of mine helped me draft like a timetable because I didn't used to have a timetable. I'll wake up whenever and I'll sleep pretty late. So I have a timetable like when I wake up, I do warm up. I either do like figure drawings or I do like studies, or sometimes I would just try and board something in my head real quick, so just to improve my pace because you I do draw a lot, but I don't think I'm like fast enough. You know this, right? Because
Yeah.
your boards are like you once you put down pen and paper, you're good to go. I don't know how you do that, and so sometimes I like practice to get that good. And once the marker for my warm up to end, once it's there, I'm just done. Then I can like jump into work.
I I feel like I have to relearn how to draw every time I want to draw. If I just sit down and try to draw, it's like I'm a person who's never drawn before.
Yes, I feel like
And
that. Like,
so I
thank
have to
you.
actually I'll pause some cartoons and like just copy. Like, okay, that's how you draw. And then I'll start boarding.
Do,
If
do you do
if
you
I don't do
do
that,
you
I'm like,
have
how do you
this?
draw?
d- Does this happen to you where you bored so much and just drawing casual stuff doesn't come natural to you anymore? Like you just can't just draw anything else except if it's like storyboard related? Because it's been happening to me for quite some time now, where if it's not something story driven or like boarding, I find it difficult to just draw like Superman like flying in the air with just doing whatever. Like I don't know.
I only draw because I'm trying to sell some project, a TV show, a comic. Like I'm not a person who sits there and doodles. Like you'll notice I don't really post much on my Instagram.
Yeah.
And what you see is like it's probably for some project. I think it's probably for something I'm trying to make.
Yeah.
Um, but I don't I sometimes I'll see people and they just sit and draw all day, and I just don't know. I don't understand it.
I mean, you kind of do the same thing when you're boarding.
Yeah. But it's
Yeah.
like you have a purpose. You're trying to tell a story, you know?
Oh yeah, exactly. That's the same thing I'm going through right now.
Yeah. Um,
Yeah. It's wild.
yeah.
Um, I know I saw a question about like my influences and favorite artists, and I have a lot of them. I mean, like, um, I'll just name a few. I think Leshan Thomas is like my favorite artist, and then Chase Conley and Chris and you, because I remember you probably don't know. I tried to draw like you for like when we first met, but I never posted any of that stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. So a bunch of them like shit. Damn. I have to start thinking right now. There's a friend. His name is Yo Quick.
hmm
on Instagram, but I don't. He's like fucking awesome. And then um, uh, Satoshi Kon is like I love that dude. He's like
Yeah.
one of my yeah. He's like one of my big influences, and
Man, I used to copy LaShawn Thomas's drawings when I was in
you did?
engineering school.
Oh
He
wow,
he had a comic book at the local bookstore, and I was like, "Oh my god, what is this? This is amazing." I think it was Cannon Busters,
Cannon
like back in
Busters. Yeah, when he was like still in comics.
2003, 2004. Uh,
Yeah.
and so he had a booth at Comic Con, and I went up and I said, "Is Legion here?" Because I thought his name was Legion. And then the guy looked at me like, "No." I was like, "Oh, bummer, he's not here." And then later, I found out his name is LaShawn.
Are you serious? Wow, that is cool. So you met him then, and look at you now. Shit. That is awesome.
Oh, what's up, Jarrell?
Yeah, man. Hey, Jarrell is in here. I love that dude.
I wasn't born in 2004. I'm about to be 40, but I graduated college in 2004.
I mean, I was supposed to graduate college in 2016, I think. Yeah. Yo,
Yeah,
I'm really sorry. Like, I didn't like care so much about like my schooling. Not because it doesn't matter, it does, but I just didn't want to do it, and I told myself, yo, I'm going to do this thing, and if I fail, I wouldn't blame anybody else but myself. So I
yeah,
either give it my 100%, and also I'm like having some amazing friends around me. Like I remember my friend Harrison and Mohammed. We all went to the same school, um,
yeah.
and we would push ourselves. So having
Do
like
you
friends with like similar goals was really helpful.
do you
But
have
funny
like a
thing,
crew? Do you have like a crew you draw with, or like are you kind of all by yourself? Like, do you not have buddies that also
oh no, I
you can
do
hang
have
out
buddies.
with
Like
and draw?
I have a shit ton of buddies. I mean, like here I do have buddies, but thing is we all kind of like ventured into like different things. I focused on like really telling stories and like boarding, and Harrison the paints he went into background painting and
Yeah,
environmental design, so that's his thing. So I love the fact that we all like branched out and focused on like different things. Mohammed was coloring comics, and I mean I think he's doing YouTube now. Yeah, no, I
yeah.
think he is doing YouTube and he's kicking ass there. And then I also have a friend, a 2B. So we all just I have buddies. The thing is we all like live in like different cities, so we don't get
Yeah.
to see much, but we communicate often.
Because it feels like you could band together with a group and train some people. You know what I mean? Like finding some
Like
young people who like
board
want to learn.
artists.
Yeah, because like for instance, like on Kipo, we
Yeah.
would have one team that was overseas somewhere that was not in the U.S.
Mm.
But it's like they have these little storyboard houses where like you could just give an episode and they have a whole team. They have like a director, they have a group of board artists, they have even an editor sometimes, and then they have like revisionists. But then they'll take on 3 or 4 projects at this little kind of pod.
Yeah.
It
What?
feels like you could actually train people. Like you could find some people in Nigeria who like to draw and like bring them in as like revisionists and kind of build up a team.
Yeah, you know what's funny? Like I've always done doing stuff like that down. Now this is my reason. I feel like I don't know for some reason I feel I have an imposter syndrome, and I don't ever think I am there or good enough.
You know
So
what?
I
If you came and visited LA in 5 minutes, you'd be like, "Wait, I'm better than everybody. What am I thinking?"
hey, I have someone who lives in my city. He just said he lives. Oh, and I live in the Nigeria, Abuja. Oh, that's cool. Hi, Gabriel. So yeah, so I would most definitely do that. I've just found like very few people who like really want to like do it. Okay.
Chief is here.
Hey.
Chief.
That wow. So I'm most definitely going to try that out. But the thing is, other than being busy, but that's not an excuse. I was always thinking, yo, I don't even know shit. So what am I going to be teaching people? It's like a blind person leading other blind people. But yeah, well, I got to understand that maybe even if it's just like the little stuff I know, like I could show them and they could figure them their way
Yeah.
from. Yeah, I just want I mean, I'm sure there are like really passionate people out there who are like willing to do that shit, and I'm down to helping
Yeah.
and like contributing in there because and I also learn like with them too because I remember one girl who hit me up and she like told me she was like really interested in like doing boarding and
Yeah.
story and yeah and she said can I mentor her and I said please I can't mentor you because I don't know shit but we can learn together we can just like learn share
Yeah.
resources
Yeah.
that we could like talk about stuff yeah but I can't mentor you because I mean I
Well, you've
don't know
probably been
that.
learning a lot. You've probably been learning a lot from this last year
Yes.
too.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I have, and also um having like opportunities like be on projects also helps because I would like the directors would really show me what like where I'm lacking and help me like improve my board. So I do still have like a shit ton of work to do.
Yeah.
I just want like people to really like this shit as much as I like it. That's all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's cool. I'm excited for you too. Like I feel like one day I want to see some original like stuff from you. Like I want to see a
Yeah.
an Ife like a show,
Yeah, of course,
something
man.
about
Like
Nigeria.
in the
Are
future.
you working on a short or what do you?
Yeah, okay. You remember we like yeah, I am working on like a bunch of stuff for my friend Harrison. We're like trying to develop a short, but being on like projects hasn't really let the stars align properly for us. We only like just throw ideas around or like make sketches, but we had I had the conversation with him and I told him, yo, we really have to do this. I mean, the time wouldn't present itself, so we have to like make it. So yeah, we're actually working on something like next year for
Cool.
next year actually. Yeah,
That's
and
awesome.
it's a story about you when I took your class, you do remember that story I pitched, and you told me, "Yo, like it's cool and all, but you don't want to see this. You want to see something about where I'm from." So
Yeah.
yeah, so,
Yeah, I
so
just thought it'd be like, I mean, you're from Nigeria. That's like a different
yeah,
experience than something set in LA or something set
yeah,
in
exactly. I mean, you're totally correct because I was only like just doing stuff like trying to regurgitate the things that influenced me. So
yeah,
yeah, instead of taking that and channeling it into telling my own stories from where
yeah.
I am from, that is original and from
It,
here. And
do you ever watch that show about cooking on Netflix? Is it like Top Chef or something?
I didn't
And
watch it. I know I did say it, but I never watched
every
it.
single chef says the same thing. They say, "So I was trying to make French food, and I did that for years, and then I realized I should make just whatever food from where they're from."
Yeah.
And they're like, and then that's when it really clicked for me.
Exactly. I mean, so me and my homie like we're putting that together, honestly. And I mean, and maybe in the future I would like do take on like something super big, but I don't think I have like the experience to do it now because I would flop.
Yeah. How
Yeah.
is Nigeria to visit as like a vacation spot?
Hmm. I mean, there are really cool places here. I'm for
Yeah.
real. There are some really cool places here, but if you want to really have mad fun, I'm sorry to like my Nigerian brothers. Like I love my people, but man, fuck it. South Africa is like
South Africa?
it's the place. Yeah, I for real.
Yeah.
I want to go to SA for real. Because
Yeah.
their beaches are so fucking awesome. I mean, but then Lagos is cool. Lagos here in Nigeria.
Lagos.
Lagos, yeah, Lagos is really cool.
I've only been to
Uh,
Kenya.
you oh for real? You've been? Oh, yeah, you did tell me that
Yeah.
some time ago. Yeah, you did mention that some time ago.
Yeah, Kenya was
Lagos
dope.
is
And
cool.
then I heard Uganda's dope to go. That's where like they have the gorillas, right?
Yes, there those places like you can find like animals like just you could just see a lion on the street. And not I'm exaggerating, but you could you could see
Yeah, well
stuff
in
like that.
Kenya
Yeah.
like you check out all the lions and the wild it's just like they're running around eating wildebeest and stuff.
Yo, I didn't say the beaches. I didn't mean like the BIT beaches. I meant the BEA.
Yeah. No. I know what you mean.
Yeah,
Oh, what's
the
up,
one.
Isaiah? Isaiah is the
Uh,
one I was talking about. His dad is the
okay,
like the butcher,
okay,
right?
yeah, but
You're,
but
you're from
but
Dana?
then there's a double entendre there. The, so, pardon my French. The beaches are also cool too.
Yeah. Um,
Yeah, yeah, but
that's dope, man.
Lagos is nice and yeah, that we have like a dope resort in Nigeria in Calabar. Um, yeah, we do have like stuff like that.
Isaiah, we got to do an IG live another day. Um,
Yeah.
that's dope, man. Well, it's good. It's good chatting with you.
Thank you, man. It's awesome. I mean, I thought I would be like super shy, but everyone, even in like the comment section, makes me feel very comfortable.
Oh, someone asked, is Black Lives Matter resonated in Nigeria?
Yeah, it's fuck yeah. Like if I would use that word, because man, like it's really sad what's going on there. We even had a little protest here. I'm sure it probably didn't make the news there when George Floyd died. When he was murdered, actually, we did have like a little protest here because it's like I'm looking at the TV and I'm seeing someone that looks exactly just like me, a black guy, and he just gets killed for nothing. At some point, I started getting scared. I was like, "Yo, do I really want to move out there? I mean, would it happen to me?" But I mean, fuck it. I'll brave it and go. It has really resonated with us here. But what's sad is a lot of people, especially like our leaders, it will resonate with them, but they are living in a nation with black people and they don't give a fuck about the black people here. Like, sorry to say that. I mean, the president I remember posted, or his one of his daughter, I think she posted Black Lives Matter, and then when the whole thing with like SARS was going on, she didn't say shit. I mean, I was like, yo, so black lives don't matter in a black nation too. But that's a story for another day. I'm sure like some
Yeah.
people don't want to have this conversation, so I'll let that slide.
Yeah, man. Is there anything people in the U.S. can do about that? Are there things you recommend? Uh, is there anything you feel like people should donate to or be aware of for the SARS stuff?
Um, it's not much about like donation. Though that would be helpful. There's like the on Twitter. I think we have like I say we because it's like everyone is like all the Nigerian youths are in support of this. There's an organization, the Feminist Coalition on Twitter. I mean, they can give you people more information, especially about how to donate. But I just think like spreading the word and sharing awareness because let me tell you, they are trying to actually take down Twitter in Nigeria. Like they don't want us. You know what's sad about like the old farts? I'm sorry, I'll call them old farts. I don't give a shit. They are not technology savvy. Like they don't know shit. So they are surprised how much we can achieve with like all the technology and all the iPhones and everything, all the gadgets we have going on. So when the whole shooting thing happened and it was shown on IG Live, these bastards denied it and said that an IG Live video was photoshopped, like it was edited. How can you edit an IG Live? Because
Yeah.
you don't know shit. Like you don't know how technology works. It's moved on and left you. You just decide to be old and embezzling like the nation's money. I'm sorry I get passionate about talking about Nigeria, but it's so sad. I mean, I think all people can do is just share and bring awareness to it, because the more we keep talking about it, it makes them uncomfortable because they don't want us to have a voice. They don't want
Yeah.
us to express ourselves. Yeah. And sometimes I get mad at at other people. I mean, this is fucked up, but like sometimes I would share it and I don't get people who would ask me anything or talk much about it. But
Yeah.
when I share art and like everyone wants to talk about it, that's
Yeah. It it
yeah. So
scared it scared me a little bit that Instagram just turned off hashtags, and their reasoning
it's
was
funny.
they're worried about false information spreading. But it scares the shit out of me that they could just do that whenever. Anything they want to keep and steer. Oh, we'll just
Yeah,
shut off hashtag.
they'll
Oh,
just shut it up.
Twitter,
I'm
we'll just
telling you.
make shit disappear. It's like it. Are we living in China? Like, what's going on, man?
Yeah, you know what's funny? Like the senators and like the ruling class here, they want to bring this what the fuck is this thing that they want to borrow some laws from China and then impose it on us. And I'm like, okay, if you're going to borrow these laws from China, why don't you also borrow the death penalty when a government official embezzles money? They kill him, but you
Yeah,
wouldn't take that. You would only take borrow the things where you can shut off the internet or shut off hashtags from them, but you wouldn't take everything. I mean, it's a democracy here, but apparently it's not, because a soldier can whoop my ass in the streets for looking at him sideways.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's uh, it's. I mean, everyone being at home and having nothing to do, I think, has made people kind of take a second look at the world.
Yeah,
Because
exactly. It's like
before,
happening. It's
everyone
happening.
just kind of
I don't
went
know.
on with their life, and oh, I'm gonna go out to dinner, I'm gonna go to movies, and all of a sudden, when the world got shut down, I feel like everybody just goes, "Wait a minute, what's happening out here?"
Exactly. Yeah, it's like crazy everywhere. I'm telling you, like really, really, really crazy. Man, what makes me even sad is like some people who would say things like Trump was a, Trump is president because of God. I mean, I don't like to bring God into this, but shit like that just makes me
What
so
the hell,
very,
man? And people
yeah.
like praying outside the voting thing, like what planet am I on?
Oh my goodness, that one is hilarious. I'm telling you, it is.
Uh, it's so crazy.
Hey, someone said make you for president. I mean, I second that.
Uh, yeah.
Yo, this is so true. An encounter with like Nigerian police can literally make you disappear, either killed, kidnapped, buried in a yeah, true. Sad, but true. But not always. But a lot of times, yes. You let me just shut up so I don't say too much and make my country
Yeah, I
look
don't want
bad.
you getting in trouble, man. You stay safe.
Thank you. Thank you so much,
Co-
man. Like
Come
this
visit.
is I I definitely will come visit. Like I will come visit for sure if it's the last thing I do.
Cool,
Yeah.
man. So I think we got to end because if we go past an hour, we can't do
Yeah, we
anything.
have. Yeah, 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 for
But it was
sure.
good chatting with you, man.
Thank you. It was awesome, and everybody in like the comment section are fucking amazing. Like everybody, I'm telling you, every single person who like shouted me out, even my
Yeah.
friends, Night Magician, Harrison. Like I love you, and Matthew, my bruh. Yo, the Rockets are like the best basketball team. Fuck that shit.
Dope,
Watch
man.
us
All right.
this coming season. Yeah. Take care of
All
yourself.
right. I'll see you later. Bye, buddy.
See you later, man. Bye.